Hello everyone, Praise Good here. Welcome back to more Tears of the Kingdom. Last time, we solved the mystery of the sands and got ourselves access to the lightning temple. And one other thing you missed off camera is I fought off a few Gibdos. Because we've done the whole hive thing before. Now, oh, really that fast? Now, I'm going to attempt, and I don't make any promises, but I am going to attempt to do this temple without the aid of my other sages here, as if you guys were, playing along at home, and this is the first place you're going. But I may break that promise a little bit, just because for ease of access for myself. But anyway. Now, in terms of, difficulty, I guess is how I will say it. In terms of difficulty for this temple, I would put it roughly on par. I'm going to say roughly on par. I'm going to put it roughly on par with the fire temple, just in terms of exploring around it. And really it's because, well, I'll tell you straight up, kids like Ocarina of Time. But also this temple is just cool because it is the desert, the part of being in the desert probably helps, but it is straight up like an ancient explorer's temple. Now, because this is like an ancient Inca, Indiana Jones kind of exploration temple, there will be traps that you will have to avoid. I thought that was going to be one right there. Like this one right here. Don't worry, there's not a bottomless pit here, but if you do go down a level, if you do go down, you'll have to ascend back up. There's a key swing down there, but I'm just going to bypass it. Or is it this one will do it? Huh, thought one of these would do it. Anyway. Now, most of what we'll have to handle... just attach them and pull them both through. Most we'll probably have to handle when it comes to dealing with Gibdos and all their damage. Ooh, I can use this up finally. What we'll have to deal with for the most part when it comes to Gibdos and all of their junk and whatnot is more than likely... Well, there's probably going to be a handful of them, but most of what we're dealing with is light-based puzzles. I guess we're going to go down? That doesn't seem right. No, it's just for a claymore, which I would love to have. Anyway. And I think we're going to use the map here. That's not the map. This is the map. Oh, I went too far. So focused on doing damage that I didn't look at the obvious solution. Whoop. But like I said, it is like an ancient temple, so there is going to be moments of just...
These flames make it impossible to go further.
Because it is going to be much like a, a ancient Egyptian kind of temple, there will be traps up... Oh, man, that really just clipped my heel, didn't it? There'll be traps abound that you do have to wade through. But also because you need...
Now we can move ahead.
Because you do need Riju for so much help throughout this entire temple, you will have to disarm a majority of the traps you're going to see here.
What? Fireballs now? Looks like we're stuck again.
Nah, we're not stuck again. Hold on. But yeah, because you do have to make sure Riju does get her way through it, because she is the only reason why you can even do what you're doing in this temple. You will have to disable a trap to get her to come forward with you on the adventure. They're not very hard things to solve.
I'm on my way, Link.
They're not very hard things to solve, thankfully, but they are things to solve. I like how I made this spear a while ago to deal with the cold, and now it's coming into fruition here in this temple. That looks like a hive right there in the center already. Yes, it is. Riju, where are you? Riju? Oh, you're just lagging behind a bit. This is the hive, so I'm going to go ahead and take it out really quick. Hopefully this will count. That did not count. Well, I won't mess with it then if I don't have to mess with it. Let's just move on to the next room. Like I was saying, this temple is probably one of the more confusing temples, so this may be a very long episode. We may be in for the long haul in this one. Lads, lasses, and those who do not wish to identify as either. I have a lot of two-handed weapons, I'm now remembering. So, let's begin using up what ones I have. Hey, over here. Over here. Look alive, sunshine. I just realized I am not using my correct gear. Thankfully, while we're inside here, we don't have to worry about, like, correct gear setups. It's gonna hurt. I'll be fine.
Are you alright?
I will be fine. This is nothing. Keep in mind, I am very much at the end game, so this is the strongest possible enemy they can throw at me right now, in terms of constructs. So yeah, this is the strongest enemy they can throw at me in terms of constructs. So I will probably, I'm not gonna die really, but I will have moments where things will get rough, just because this is basically full on end game at this point. Now, give me this. And this needs to go... Does it go back or forward? I forget. Oh, it goes up. Ultra hand time. Now, I think we're at the point. So I should mention that as of now, we do not... once we get up to basically the central hub of this place, I will tell you that you will never have to go back. Okay, we're here actually. Once you get back to the central hub of this place, you will never have to go back to the entrance of this place to do any part of this temple. I learned that one the hard way, so I'm telling you that what that is right now. Link, I'm certain that the mule we saw in town was trying to guide us here. And I believe that we've also found, we'll also find whoever that voice was we've been hearing. So we do activate this to tell the game, hey, where to go, and it'll pop up the things on the map and say, okay, here go. But yeah, we're basically going to be activating a series of batteries within here that'll power this lift. As you can see, no battery, no go. Hey, the flow starts to rise, then slam back down.
Daughter of the Garuda. This platform connects to the very top of this temple. Use your power to charge the 4 batteries, and it will function once more. Heed my words.
I heard the voice just very clearly just now. It's calling to me. It said I should use my power to charge the 4 batteries? The monsters we fought outside earlier fled to the top of this temple, and the voice that has been speaking to us said the platform should be able to take us all the way up there. If that's true, we could corner the monster at the top. We might also figure out who is talking to us and why. Okay, Link, we need to get to the very top. To start, we should do that mysterious voice suggested and try finding these 4 batteries. Okay. So, just to start off here, pull stuff aside, start at the bottom, and get our way there. This is, as I will, I probably stated a handful of times. This is probably the roughest of the temples, and I probably, even comparison to the, Riju, are you here? Thank you. Even comparison to, like, the, Fire Temple, this is probably the temple I spent the most time in just because of how confusing it gets at times.
So this is one of the batteries. It seems to have absorbed my lightning well enough. Alright, 3 left.
Even though there's arguably the least amount of things you have to interact with. Now, I'm trying to remember what all this whole thing is. And again, it could be blowing smoke. It could be that now that I understand the whole premise of this temple better, having beaten it once, that I'll probably coast through it. But I think at one point I did have to look up a guide to help me with one of the objectives. I think at one point I did get horribly lost. And at one point, I think I walked away just like, be like, okay, can I handle this by myself? Don't do it. Well, clearly you don't. You are dumb. No. Are you quick charge bow? Well, I'm not sure why they gave the stronger enemy the bow instead of giving it to the weaker enemy who could do much better shooting from the back and you could be a good front line. Am I questioning the tactical decisions of AI? Kinda. Anyway. So to get at this one, I think we fall in. Yes, we fall in from a higher area. And we could ascend at any point here. So this one is off limits for now. We'll come back to it later, but it does pay to at least go into these offshoot areas and make sure you clear up the monsters that are within it, just to make your ascent a little easier. Also, the game is very good about giving you arrows while you're here because, well, the only way to activate Riju's ability is with arrows. I see. Oh, whoa, hold on. I just saw it. Well, I just saw his arrows. I want to go back for him really quick. So, yeah, Riju will not follow you up here because she can't. Because for some reason you have protagonist privilege having a paraglider. Ow. That'll work. That'll do, pig. And I guess now I need to do... Well, I should save the Master Sword for other things, but I'm going to use it now. It is... Is it powered up? No, it's not powered up right now. I thought it was powered up because of where we are. Before we do anything drastic, we want to make sure we clear out, like, any offshoot areas of this before we start, like, pushing anything around the area. Because, as you can tell, there's mirrors attached to statues. I don't think we can... Yeah, we cannot adjust where the mirrors are pointed, so... Oh, I think that's actually an area I need to go to. It's all... This area is all about the power observation, which, shocking no one, I don't have. A flame-eating spear might not be a bad idea. Ah, wait, can I? Not this. There is a way. What we want to do with this is we want to try to roughly line up these two... Boop. We do want to try and roughly line up these two wheels that are spinning. Because there is a light source behind them. Now, light will eventually shine through. So, and I think this is actually like the main source of light, so this is kind of a... This whole thing is just kind of a problem, I'll be honest. So that slides that aside, and then occasionally we'll just get light passing through. So, I think in order to progress forward, we actually just have to let the light do its thing. It's just gonna take a handful of time. It's just gonna take a handful of pushes and pulls just because of the nature of, well, it's not constant light constantly. Okay. And yeah, we would have gotten a tutorial on this if I had taken the proper way to meet Riju, but guess who didn't take the proper way to meet Riju anyway.
This thing is going to be a problem.
No, it won't. So basically, we basically just have a bunch of traps we have to disengage for Riju to get through.
The trap is disabled. We can get past now.
And because of this nature, we're gonna come back. Really? Because of the nature of all this, we're gonna want to do this. Hey, how's it going? Alright, if you're gonna stand over there, cool. Who's your friend? Who's your friend hiding in the corner? Dead, that's what he is. Oh, I keep my previous statement. Now, in order to disengage this, because that's still going, but we also need it for... We also need to activate this or deactivate this for another thing. There is a... Well, there's a handful of things. One, get my frond back out. Not this, the frond. There we go. Just blow all the sand away. Hello. So just to expedite this, let's put that there. Let's slide this to the side so the light can get through. And then let's head down. I see what the puzzle is going to be. So, first steps first is we need to take this source of light, and hopefully I can just leave it on here. Yes, it can. And then we have to take one of these stakes in the ground, and just to make sure it does line up properly, we want to shove it into the wall when there's full-on light here. So, oh, that wasn't it. Let me get right next to it. Yeah, let me get right next to it just so I can get this set up right. And then that should shine straight through. It'll probably do the next part of this puzzle while I'm standing here. Yep. That opens that up. And then we can have Riju light up the battery. In the interim, let's get out of here. But yeah, this temple, like, I will say in terms of overall temple design, like, I think this one is probably the best designed temple. It's also, as I mentioned off and on, it's probably also the hardest temple. Riju, you over here? Riju? Riju? I mean, this one's disabled, so I'm just going to push this out of the way. Oh, yeah, you are here. Cool. She is so small in comparison to who we've been dealing with for temples so far recently. Finding her is a problem.
2 more left, Link. Let's hurry.
I gotta wonder, where's the rest of my squad? Tulin... Riju, how'd I... Huh? Oh, there you are. Okay, no, she's taller than Tulin. But she's so petite that Tulin would probably be bigger than her. Good lord. She is our smallest party member. Okay. So we're done here. I believe now we have a series of... I think now we have a series of going up to go down kind of things. So there is one in the west... West? Yeah, we have one coming up on the west side. But we have to go up to go down. I'm just kind of looking at the map really quick. Not there. We have to go up to the 6th floor for this one, though. So, all the way up. Here. Ah, there it is. Now, Riju's not going to be with us here, but we do want to use this. Where is... Aha, there you are. We are going to want to use this. Also, I think there might be a treasure in there, but we are going to want to use this in order to... Oh, wait, hold on. We need to attach it to the top of this. Anywhere on top of it, really. Attach to the top of this rock, and then sit this rock down so it's like this, so it will just looks out. Now get it out. Now get it poking up kind of center for now. Also, I want, like I said, I want to say there is something in here special, additional treasure. There's not. Okay, never mind. So the light is set up at the top here. And I think we're going to use this light to do a couple of things. I cannot push it that way. Noted. Too big. Yep, there we go. And, okay. So, this configuration, we're going to do it a couple ways. That goes down... Oh, that's hitting one. Cool. So, before we go back down... Before we head back down there, let's go ahead and actually do the other configuration for this light. Because we don't need this particular set of light. We don't need that particular light as is. And I don't think we can go much higher without the elevator. We can go, I will say, this is actually a funny thing. You can actually go up to the boss room without the elevator, but you cannot trigger the boss fight without the elevator. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, push the light over there. And then this should hit the other... Oh, it's right up there. This should be lined up to hit the other thing up there. Oh, a little more left. Oh, a little more left still. I can't see it. There we go. Barely on target, but it was enough to get it. So we now have opened up the other two paths that require light puzzles even in order to even get anywhere. So I'm going to handle that one first because it's at the top and then we'll go back down to the bottom. So I think we're done with bouncing light around at this point in the dungeon. So if you want to like put stuff away, if you want to like put your inventory away or whatnot, you can do that. And let's get up here to where this hole was just made. Hopefully it doesn't take me, it does not take me to the top. Push the button to kick it out of the way. And we did see this at one point. Sort of, but we now have a fiery dive to go through. It's not that long, it's not that hard, thankfully, but we just need to get down here to pop this open. And oh, Riju. We will have to wait for Riju to come to us. She'll figure it out. There she is. Also, I think I might be able to get rid of the frond at this point, now that I think about it. I'll hang on to it until we get to the point where we have to move the elevator, but yeah, I think
okay, only one more battery to go.
Yeah, I think we are almost at the point where we can put away the this frond and never have to use anything like this again. Oh, and it really dumps us out right next to the last one. Cool. But yeah, we can almost, if that's the case, then I'll throw it away and I'll see if I can't find myself a... Well, actually, I know where a Gerudo weapon is that I can use. Ah, this room. Let's not invite death if we can help it. Not sure why you are all here. Put down your shield. Put down your shield, that'd be funny. Let's see. I'll use the weak one. Me when I activate the funny button. Let's just gonna spin to the right while holding that trigger. Oh, Riju, can I, Riju, I need to activate, I need to save the frames. Why did that not work? Alright, hold on. Did I pick up a... I don't know if I picked up a club or something. Alright, Riju, and envelop it entirely. Hit it! Okay, cool, it's gone. Right, I need to have... Actually, this will work. This will work out perfectly to get rid of all of them. And actually, I should probably be using this, this flame spear just to handle that too more aptly. Ow. Thanks, I appreciate your shot. I don't. Anyway, now with that done, Tulin, did you take... Wow, thank you, Tulin, for taking out the snipers. So this particular... Well, this particular puzzle is a little bit on a time limit, but not so much. I say a little bit of a time limit just because you will have to make a... You will have to take a light all the way up to the top. And I think we have the pieces of the puzzle. So what we need to do for this is we need to attach... hold on. How did you get stuck underneath? We'll need to attach, get a whole system set up here of a light on a... God, that music is really going in. We need to get a light set up on a blimp. Any way you can get it on there is all that really matters. We'll need to find ourselves a flame emitter, which there is one hiding around here somewhere. We need to do this. There we go. Because the light source, I'll back up just so you can see it. The light source is way at the tippy top there. You can kind of make it out. But then again, we do also still need a flame emitter, which I don't know where one would be, so we may have to teleport, or may have to jump up to get one. And I could just pull one out of my pocket to expedite it, but again, gonna try and handle this as much as I can as if I didn't have the help here. I say as much as I can. I know I've already gone against that like 2 or 3 times at this point. Thankfully, I can just climb the temple walls. Yeah, sort of. Okay, I see the problem here. Let's take this platform. Can I not grab that? Why can I not grab that? Okay, can I just ascend up straight up? I can. I'm trying to like make too many middleman choices here. I can just ascend straight up. Flame emitter. No flame emitter. So unless I'm blind, which is a very high possibility there, I have enough... Unless I do something stupid like light a torch on fire and then put that in. I think that might be what we'll have to do. So let me do it this way. Light a torch on fire. And then drop it. That should leave it lit up. And then, thankfully, torches take forever to burn. When torches take forever to break when they're used for the intended purposes of heat. So what should be able to happen now is just use that. That should go all the way up to the top and activate the light source up there. I'm going to leave that frond where it is because I'm pretty sure this is the final thing. And then I'm going to backtrack a little bit to get myself a sword. And probably do a little bit of fun with fusing. Anyway, Riju? Riju, if I may borrow your powers of Death Strike. A little bit further, a little bit further. Thank you! You know, that's not as bad as I initially remembered it being.
All right, we've charged all of the batteries with lightning. That should wake up the mechanism in the center. Let's go, Link.
Well, I do appreciate your gusto, gumption, and everything there. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Riju. I'm gonna go get a Gerudo two-handed Gerudo weapon because I know exactly where it is. So let me, and then I can probably just warp to the center here once I'm done. That may actually be the fastest way to do it, is just to warp to the center once it's all said and done. I believe it was not this room, even though it's probably the room probably is closer to where a weapon would be like that. Can't reach it from here. Okay. Yeah, let's go get that longsword. We'll fuse something to it, and then we can probably just warp to the center panel. Wherever the heck it is. It can't be this far back, can it? Surely it cannot. I know I overshot it by a bit, but it wasn't this far back, was it? Ah, cool. Great. Well, we get to oddly enough have an interaction with the keys. Maybe there's a scimitar in here. Well, if you didn't get the scimitar from, well, I guess it's more an example. If you did not get the scimitar from the preparation phase of the assault on Gerudo Town, you can now actually find one or two here within this place. Excuse me, I would like a sword really quick. Claymore. And let's take a minute to fuse something to it. I don't want to waste all this really good stuff, as dumb as that sounds, so let's waste this really good stuff. My brain just super short-circuited there. Holy cow. We won't use that in the fight, but we'll use this. Well, we might use that in the fight, actually. We'll use this to get things started. But anyway, we should be able to just warp to the... should be able to warp just straight to the platform, and then we can take on the fight. And everything's in place. So to do this fight, have something elemental. Have something elemental on your person, whether it's a weapon, some things to throw, or if you're at this point where it's the last temple you're doing, or anything other than the first temple, minus doing the Rito temple or the Wind Temple first. If you have another buddy on you that does elemental damage, this is going to be a piece of cake for you. But just have something that does some elemental damage to take care of. I'll take care of the Gibdo Queen. What is? I think this platform is about to move. Yeah, that's the plan. I planned this from the start. Prepare your butt, Riju. We're about to throw hands. Something is shining over there. Very shiny indeed. We should unlock it.
Here we go.
This is one of the rare instances where I think using a Gerudo bow might be the best option here. I'll walk closer. There it is. But just like when we got to this temple, we have to uncork the boss.
Let's go. We'll finish it off here and now.
But much like with the first time, but unlike the first time we fought against the Gibdo Queen, she can't run anymore. I need this, and then I need to run away. Very far away. Now, throughout this fight, there are... Well, throughout this fight, I guess this is more a phase 2 thing, but in this fight, if you noticed in the corners of the room, there are also light sources and Gibdo's spawners. So now it's basically balancing a horde onslaught more than anything. Well, here's the thing. Here's how we solve that, Riju. We get rid of this. We just get rid of the spawning grounds. Oh, and I'm just going to get rid of this Gibdo. Oh, yes, we can. So if you manage to hang on to one of the... if you did manage to hang on to one of the... what you want to call it? If you managed to hang on to one of the mirror shields that the game had provided to you at one point, you can kind of like... Oh, it's the enemy. I thought it was the boss. If you did manage to hang on to one of the lightning shields throughout this temple, you can use that, or not lightning shield, the mirror shields. You can use this light to horribly stun Queen Gibdo, but I'm gonna go against it because I want shield power over just shield anything else. Now just stand here. Just move around. And if you're going to do it, well, treat it like Alan Wake. If you're going to go anywhere, make sure you do it in the light. But now that all these are opened up, and I don't know if she can respawn them, basically, stand in the light, wait for the Gibdos to come to you. And in the interim, chase around Queen Gibdo. Move to the left. That's good enough. I missed. There we go. Where do you think you're going? Anyway, wait for the attack. That's a lot of storms. Run up to her and boop. Oh, it's gonna break. Well, let's just yeet. And because Master Sword is ready to go, let's just use Master Sword on this. This does end here, because we're standing in the light, the other Gibdos can't approach, and that's it. Pretty simple boss fight, actually. I will say, just before we get into more story stuff, the overall temple, really great design. The boss, really great design. Definitely more set up for like, this is the end game, or you're at the very end of the game kind of boss, regardless of when you actually come to it. It's more set up as like a more difficult boss. The Lightning Temple is probably the best temple in this game. From top to bottom. And I don't judge people at all if they decide to come here first, because it is definitely worth the trip if they come here first. But Unfortunately, if you know, well, much like anything, if you know what you're doing in the remote slightest, it's also probably the shortest temple.
Riju, beloved daughter of the Gerudo.
I know that voice. You're the one who's been talking all this time.
Yes, your ancestor from a time long past. I was a Gerudo warrior who served the first king of Hyrule and a sage who called down lightning, just as you can. I've seen you brandish the power you have in defense of our people. I would expect nothing less from my descendant. You are the pride of the Gerudo. The Demon King is responsible for sending the monster that caused the Sand Shroud. But the monster's true purpose was to prevent you from obtaining that stone. My secret stone.
Demon King? Secret stone?
Don't worry. You will understand soon enough. Let me tell you of events in our distant past. The events that shaped our people's destiny during the imprisoning war. Long, long ago, when the kingdom of Hyrule was still young, a great evil, the Demon King, emerged. He attacked the innocent and sought the destruction of Hyrule. He was our chief before he changed. His obsession with power transformed him into a monster. Rauru, the first king of Hyrule, and 6 warriors rose to oppose him. I'm proud to have been one of them. We faced the Demon King, but only after Rauru gave us the secret stones. Artifacts that amplified the abilities of those who carried them. I, the Sage of Lightning, fought by my fellow sages in battle with my own secret stone. But we were no match for his overwhelming power. He endured our strongest attacks, even the lightning strikes I called down. King Rauru knew we had lost the battle against the Demon King. He made the ultimate sacrifice to imprison the Demon King, to seal him away.
That was the imprisoning war.
Some time later, another of the 6 sages, the Sage of Time, came to visit me, and she set the Gerudo on our destined path.
The magic restraining the Demon King will eventually be undone. When that time comes, you must help Link. He is a noble swordsman who will fight that monster. So please, he will need your assistance. Lend him your power, the Gerudo's control of lightning.
The path of the Gerudo was clear at that moment.
We wish nothing more than to eliminate the Demon King. We are responsible for his very existence in this world, and for that we must make amends. I swear to you that when the Demon King returns, the Gerudo Sage of Lightning will awaken once more. The Gerudo Sage and her people will fight alongside your swordsmen.
And now I have told you all I can of the imprisoning war and of our people's destiny. You have saved Gerudo Town, but the Demon King still remains a threat. Riju, daughter of the Gerudo. You must take up my secret stone and honor the vow I made to the Sage of Time long ago. Fight alongside the swordsman, Link.
So it's my destiny to fight by your side. My destiny as a sage, my duties as chief, and fighting side by side with you? Sounds like fun. I will gladly strike down this so-called Demon King. I guess it's time to claim my destiny! I am the Sage of Lightning. Witness this new power I possess. Link, give me your hand. I, Riju, the Sage of Lightning, swear that I will stand with you. And here, as proof of my vow, use that ring to call upon my power whenever you need it. It seems I can finally repay you. Okay, should we head back to town?
Ah, Link. I am grateful to you for helping me save the Gerudo. I received reports that ever since the sand shroud dissipated, Gibdo attacks have almost entirely stopped. With no doubt take some time to rebuild, it is thanks to your help that we can live on the surface again. On behalf of the Gerudo people, thank you. I am sorry, though, that despite the safety of Gerudo Town no longer being a pressing concern, we still haven't been able to uncover any information about the whereabouts of Princess Zelda. Actually, Bullier, I do have a small piece of information regarding Zelda. I experienced a vision where I took the secret stone in my hand. The person that my ancestor referred to as the Sage of Time looked identical to Zelda. Someone who just happens to look like Zelda. That doesn't explain everything that's been going on. But it's impossible to deny that someone resembling Zelda that has been spotted across Hyrule, and that terrible events follow her. The Zelda we know and the Zelda we saw in the vision of the distant past are incredibly similar. If the Zelda in the past is our Zelda, then who is this other person? We must uncover her true identity. I'm sorry, Link, although the threat of the Sand Shroud and the Gyptos has passed, I cannot leave Gerudo Town at this moment. Things need some time to settle. However, we will take on the task of searching this area for any signs of Zelda. And with my newfound powers as a sage, I will still be able to support you. I swear that I will do anything I can to help. Oh, man, I will say, like, of all the sages, Link, you said you had already visited Rito, Goron, and Zora's domain. I'm sure Lookout Landing would value any information you could share. Why not go there and see if you can help? Later. If your travels bring you back here again, Link, I look forward to such a reunion. I will say, in terms of, like, the overall scope of this game, everything about this game, the whole scope of this game, Riju, as a sage, probably my favorite of all of them. Like, Sidon's great and all. Yunobo, we don't talk about Yunobo. Tulin, I want to tab up. Riju, probably the best of all of them, and like accepting the right of being the Sage of Lightning, or the Sage of Necessity. Of necessity, that is necessary. So, the game is telling us to go back to Lookout Landing, which we will do in due time. Not now, though. But we do have a lot we need to handle in the Gerudo region now that we can see what we're doing. And, that because we can see what we're doing, there are a handful of shrines and a handful of treasures we need to get. But, that is all for me for now. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching this episode of Tears of the Kingdom. And next time, we're going to turn this whole map blue. And get this treasure back here. I'll see you folks next time. Take care.